Hello and welcome to Troop Safety Specialist Training. This training is designed for volunteers who will be involved in the GS/GC Troop Safety Specialist and chaperoning roles. In this training, you will learn about safety activity checkpoints and girl-to-adult ratios. You will also learn about collecting and maintaining health history records, making sure your troop is CPR and first aid ready, traveling safely, and reporting abuse. When preparing for an activity with girls, start by reading the Girl Scouts Safety Activity Checkpoints for that particular activity. You can find these on the GS/GC website by clicking the tab for Volunteer, then Volunteer Resources. Each safety activity checkpoint offers you information on where to do this activity, how to include girls with disabilities, where to find both basic and specialized gear required for the activity, how to prepare yourselves for the activity, and what specific steps to follow on the day of the activity. In addition to reading these checkpoints yourself, you can email or print them for other volunteers, caregivers, and the girls themselves. The checkpoints are formatted as checklists so that you, your team members, and the girls can check off each step that has been accomplished. If safety activity checkpoints do not exist for an activity the girls are interested in, check with a staff person before making any definite plans with the girls. A few activities are allowed only with written council pre-approval and only for girls 12 and over, while some are off limits completely. For a complete list of all off-limits activities, see this year's edition of Volunteer Essentials, located on the GS/GC website under Volunteer Resources. Let's take a look at the safety activity checkpoint for a popular activity for girls, canoeing. Canoeing is a great team-building activity and an enjoyable and relaxing way to experience the outdoors. However, the safety activity checkpoint provides limitations to be aware of. One limitation is that canoeing is not recommended for Daisy Girl Scouts, and certain restrictions apply to Brownie Girl Scouts. You must know where to go canoeing and which bodies of water are approved by GS/GC. Your checkpoint will provide this for you. Your checkpoint also provides a list of basic and specialized gear. Looking over the complete list may help determine if it's possible to take a canoeing trip, depending on the troop finances. As you read through this checkpoint, you will see a checklist for canoeing preparation. This includes, but are not limited to, communicating with council and parents, girls planning the activity, ensuring participants are able to swim, arranging for transportation and adult supervision, verifying instructor knowledge and experience, knowing the universal river signals. Next, the checkpoint has tips for the day of canoeing. Your troop will get a weather report, review rescue tips, review the buddy system, and prepare for unexpected storms and lightning. As the troop safety specialist, it is important for you to make sure that the safety ratios are always followed. When an activity takes place that is outside the normal time and place of a troop meeting, it is your responsibility to advise each caregiver of the details of the activity and obtain permission for girls to participate. Permission forms are available on the GS/GC website by clicking the Forms button in the upper right-hand corner of the home page. The chart, pictured here, is sure to come in handy. To find it whenever you plan an activity or event, visit the GS/GC website. It is located under Volunteer Resources in Chapter 4 of the Volunteer Essentials document. As Troop Safety Specialists, you will be asked to maintain health history records for your troop. Keep in mind that information from a health examination is confidential. Information may be shared only with people who must know this information, such as the girl herself, her parent or guardian, and a health practitioner. Health history forms are located on the GSGC website by clicking the Forms button. Please be sure that each adult fills out this form completely with her Girl Scout. This form will give an overview of the girl's illnesses and injuries, medical examinations, immunization histories, other health conditions, and allergies. Food allergies is an area that will need special attention. Be aware that common food allergies include dairy products, eggs, soy, wheat, peanuts, tree nuts, and seafood. This means that before serving any food such as a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, cookies, or chips, ask whether anyone is allergic to peanuts, dairy products, or wheat. Even though Girl Scouts should be aware of their allergies, referring back to Part 2 of the health history record is always a good idea. It is important for you to be aware of any medications a girl may take. Medication, including over-the-counter products, must never be dispensed without prior written permission from a girl's parent or guardian. The safety specialist may create a permission form for this purpose, or simply have the parent or guardian write a note for you to keep on file. Be aware that some girls may need to carry and administer their own medications, such as inhalers, an EpiPen, or diabetes medication. Emergencies require prompt action and quick judgment. For many activities, GSGC recommends that at least one adult volunteer be first aid and CPR certified. As troop safety specialists, you will need to make sure that one or more chaperones are prepared in case of an emergency. You can take advantage of first aid and CPR trainings offered by GSGC and/or the American Red Cross. Please go to the Council website and then under the Events tab to register for a first aid or CPR class. Make sure a general first aid kit is available at your troop meeting place and accompanies girls on any activity outside of these troop meetings. You can purchase a Girl Scout first aid kit, you can buy a commercial kit, or you and the girls can assemble a kit yourselves. Having the troop customize their kit could cover more specific needs of your troop, including things such as flares and treatments for frostbite or snake bites. In addition, having the girls assemble the kit would be a great step toward gaining practical life skills, which is an important outcome of the Discover Key to Leadership. To aid in customizing your own first aid kit, the Red Cross offers a list of potential items in its Anatomy of a First Aid Kit. Keep in mind, the Red Cross suggests aspirin, which will not be at liberty to girls without direct parent or guardian permission. In addition to standard materials, all kits should contain GSGC's main phone number and emergency telephone numbers. Girl Scout activity insurance forms, parent consent forms, and health histories may also be included. Although you hope the worst never happens, you should follow council procedures for handling accidents and fatalities. At the scene of an accident, first provide all possible care for the sick or injured person. Follow established council procedures for obtaining medical assistance and immediately report emergencies by calling 911. As soon as possible, call 1-877-764-5237 to report the emergency to GSGC. After receiving a report of an accident, GSGC will immediately arrange for additional assistance if needed and will notify caregivers as appropriate. As troop safety specialists, you will ensure the troop follows travel guidelines. When transporting girls to events and other activities outside of the regular troop meeting place, every driver must be an approved adult volunteer and have a good driving record. They also must have a valid driver's license and have a registered and insured vehicle. Insist that all passengers are safely secured in the vehicle and using their seat belts properly at all times. Adhere to state laws regarding booster seats and requirements for children in rear seats. When the group will be transported in private vehicles, follow these additional guidelines. Girls never drive other girls. If a group is traveling in one vehicle, there must be at least 2 unrelated, approved adult volunteers in the vehicle, one of whom is female. If a group is traveling in more than one vehicle, the entire group must consist of at least 2 unrelated, approved adult volunteers, one of whom is female. Care should be given so that a single car with a single adult driver is not separated from the group for an extended length of time. All adults are responsible for making Girl Scouting a place where girls are as safe emotionally as they are physically. Protect the emotional safety of girls by creating a team agreement and coaching girls to honor it. Agreements typically encourage behaviors like respecting a diverse range of opinions, resolving conflicts constructively, avoiding physical and verbal bullying, avoiding cliquish behavior, and discrimination. Role model the right behavior and advise all other adults to do the same. Never use illegal drugs. Don't consume alcohol, smoke, or use foul language in the presence of girls. Do not carry ammunition or firearms in the presence of girls unless given special permission by GSGC for group marksmanship activities. Adults must adhere to the Girl Scout promise and law and commit to ensuring safe, emotional space for girls and other adults at all times. Sexual advances, improper touching, and sexual activity of any kind with girl members are strictly forbidden. Physical, verbal, and emotional abuse of girls is also strictly forbidden. Follow GSGC guidelines for reporting concerns about abuse or neglect that may be occurring inside or outside of Girl Scouting. Volunteers working directly with girls are required to report suspected child abuse according to their state's reporting law, or you can call the National Child Abuse Reporting Hotline for guidance at 1-800-422-4453. This concludes the online training for the Troop Safety Specialist and Chaperone position. Please take a moment to look through Chapter 4 of Volunteer Essentials available on the GSGC website under Volunteer Resources for more details and information regarding troop safety. Thank you for taking on such an important role of keeping our girls safe.